What it do? Thank you for tuning in for another edition of Live on Sunday. It is I, your greatest host in the known universe, and the voice of the streets, King Crowder, back again with another edition like we always do with Chopping It Up on Sunday. If you're new here, make sure you comment, like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, share the live. Share the live. You could be anywhere else in the known universe, y'all, but you chose to be here with me, and I am so grateful and I am so appreciative of it. Let me start off like I always do with the book of the week. Always invite my people to learn more and things I recommend. Book of the week this week: nonviolent communication, professional, personable, relationship-wise. Anytime you must learn how to update, enhance, and grow your communication skills. The reason why I recommend this, y'all, it teaches you how to have uncomfortable conversations in a detailed and serious manner. It also discusses how and why you troubleshoot all your problems. Make sure you add it to the library crowd again. So, also, things I wish my parents would have taught us by your boy is also available on Amazon and all purchases, as well as my new edition book coming in and uploading soon. But let's go ahead and address the issue at hand. Non-FBAs are lying about why the delineation movement started. They are telling me we don't know why it started. They don't know why it could be. They don't understand why we are so divisive. But guess what? FBA, the foundation of this country, has receipts. And let me start with yours right here. My story about most of y'all's may be different, but I'm going to just give y'all mine for the sake of time. King Crowder is from a small town, a freedom town in rural Virginia, right? Was told throughout my whole life, raised around the foundation, been around the foundation. My story is similar to like a lot of you. My first experience with the non-FBA major was in college. Shout out to HU. In college, my freshman year, I had non-FBA professors, non-FBA teachers, and non-FBA most people's and peer group around me. The first thing I noticed immediately was the delineation was there in 2015, in 2013. It was there already. They were quick in class, in person, around me, and in multiple subjects to say, I am not black, I am this. I am not black, I am this. We are not the same, I am this. Terrell, you are black Negro, I am not. And me, y'all, I was truly puzzled by it. I didn't understand it at the time. I didn't have the understanding or the comprehension that there was a difference in ethnicities, because how I was taught, black was a version of American history that we never knew. Remind y'all, in high school, I was not even graduate. I may be in my 10th, maybe the 9th grade when Obama got into office. Obama was viewed as a black man to me. We didn't realize the terms and how that was going. But I can say Obama, shout out to Tariq, was the start of the delineation movement. King Crowder, what you talking about? Follow me. Before we even knew what that energy was, what the disrespect was, how people were upset, people feeling some type of way, there was a clear line understanding on the other side of what black and what they were. We didn't know many foundations of this country because we weren't taught to have a different ideology and mindset. And I want y'all to follow the lines. Obama got in office, the Shade Room, Clubhouse, other platforms starting to get around, and you heard from the horse's mouth, if you're from the South, from individuals' mouth, how they truly felt. The one thing about people I want you to remember, y'all, don't fall for how they speak in front of you, but how they talk behind your back is always glaring. I never knew what the word yank meant. I never knew what the word Akata, a Jaria, or Abib meant. I never heard any of those slurs being used towards other people. My parents, the foundation of this country, didn't allow us to use slurs or disrespectful people about immigrants. They made it very clear, son, you respect everybody. So when people talk about where the delineation movement came from, why is it so strict? Why is it so smart? It is smart because it is a response. We got punched in the mouth during Obama. We got punched in the mouth for years. And what people did, y'all, they responded accordingly. So it's not a shocker to me. The movement is there even more, even heightened now because the disrespect has lasted for so long. You can only take being slapped in the face so many times before you have to stand up and defend yourself. And what the foundation in this country have done is decided to defend itself. Now you cannot say you don't know why. You can't go around lying, acting like it is out of nowhere. It is not out of nowhere. It is something that is a response to the disrespect that is given. And like I tell everybody, if you don't know a Crowderism, check the chat. If you don't know, love who loves you, advance who advance you, respect who respects you, and disrespect those who disrespect you. And right now, podcasts, film, Twitter, all of those commentary that we saw, y'all, roughed in 10 years ago. Remember, I was in the hype growing up as a young man transitioning to that. Now the invoices are due. Now the Twitter receipts and how you feel is due. Now how you speak openly and around things are around. So when you say, I don't like black men, you're talking about black American men. When you say disrespectful terms and slurs and your invoices get pulled up, you can't act like you don't know. What's good, y'all? What's good? So when you see that commentary, when you see those things get addressed now, the only thing we can do is respond accordingly. And why is it such a big deal, King Crowder? Because if you have not known or you ain't been hip to what's going on in these streets, the 1 in 54 podcast is out right now. And the 1 in 54 podcast has gotten a lot of us feeling some type of way. And do you know why? And before I get there, y'all, let me share my good news. I'm sorry, y'all, I skipped this point. Your boy was nominated this week. I was nominated. Let me go ahead and shout out to the fam, y'all. They put me in the top 10 FBA class. If you saw my community post, man, they had your boy even in there. I couldn't believe it. I had to acknowledge that. You know, we don't do it for the accolades. We do it for the lessons and the teaching moments. So now, let's get back to what's at hand, baby. And I want you guys to really pay attention. Share the lie, share the lie, share the lie.
And forgot about us. But they forget.
First off, y'all, I want y'all to pay attention to the shirt. And I got to be serious for a moment. The shirt says, immigrants make America better. That's her opinion. But I always like to ask this thing. Would you wear the same thing in reference to Black Americans? That's a delineation tactic right there in front of your face, y'all. Remember, when people show an underlying tone of disrespect, I don't want you to let that slide. I want you to address it. I know many of us are taught to be not as conflict because we see everybody as the same, but no, sir. We are in a new normal now. When you see things like that, ask questions. But I want you to pay attention first before we get into it and start cooking.
Those people were destroyed. You know, as Michael Harriet said when we had him on for our Black History special, if Black people were selling other Black people, why did you need a fort? If this was a transaction that was mutual.
Now, Joy Reid, you are supposed to be in our intellectual academic class. For you to sit right there, and this is something I want everybody to understand, something serious about FBAs in this country. We're going to keep it 100, y'all. For you to sit up there and nobody question you about the validity of, we know of the lost tribe, the forever bed tree, all those horrific things were going on in the western coastal region of Africa, to act like nobody knew that was being sold. Why are you lying? Yes, they were involved. Yes, multiple tribes were greedy. Yes, they sold their own people. Yes, they did horrific things. But don't lie about it and say you don't know. How can you be an academic person, speak openly about the African slave trade, and lie and say most people had no idea what was happening? You know what that's called? Disingenuousness. Excuse my language. That is called lying. That is called not telling the truth. That is called not being forthcoming. Of course they were selling the people. Of course they were involved in the slave trade. How did it go on for so long? But lying and say that they didn't have any idea about it, it was a fort there. Come on now. It's disingenuous. And when you say stuff like this, trying to be an intellectual and trying to speak for Black people on political issues, you're lying. And this is what's keeping the delineation movement going strong. Let me let it cook some more. Oh, let me let it cook some more. Y'all got to get back to it. I accidentally deleted it just now. We got to let it cook some more, and I'm going to get right back to it. Y'all hold on 1 second. Because as we see those things, y'all, I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. All right, y'all, let's let it cook some more.
About us, but they forget those people were destroyed. You know, you as Michael Harriot said when we had him on for our Black History special, if Black people were selling other Black people, why did you need a fort? If this was a transaction that was mutual and the kings of Africa were just selling off Black, well, then why did you need to build giant forts? You build giant forts because you were having wars with those kings.
The wars with the other tribes, though. Remember, y'all, when y'all hear stuff that's lying, I want you to address it. You were having war with the other kings, but were you having war with the tribes that were doing it? How can you openly say something was going on for this long, but y'all ain't know about it? It's crazy.
Who you were stealing their people. You wouldn't need a fort if you were selling and buying.
And that's something that people like. That's the information that gets passed out a lot. You hear, well, your people sold.
They love to throw that out there.
Like,
Take the
your
burden
people
off them.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight, y'all. The African slave trade took place for almost a century, and nobody in Africa knew what was going on. Nobody knew that it was bad. Nobody was profiting. Everybody had no accountability or no wrongdoing with it. We didn't know it was strictly other people swaying us. We were helpless in nature. We didn't really know what was. Come on now. Why are you lying to my? You know, for me, y'all, if we go rip the Band-Aid and grow something, we got to keep it real. But for you to get on a platform and openly lie, and nobody asks you what angle, why are you being disingenuous, it makes people not want to have a relationship with you. FBA culture is strictly about honesty. Honesty will change your life among us, man. But you cannot be disrespectful.
Correct.
Yeah, because the history gets distorted that way and it minimizes. And I've always been a person, and I know they trash me on online, but I wouldn't know, like, what is the connection point? Because you said it, once that happened, it cut the connection. I literally physically saw it when you said that, almost like a cord being like, is there ever going to be a connection point between African immigrants and Black Americans?
It won't be a connection point until you acknowledge what you did. You tell the truth about the hand you held in it. And you have the smoke with the other class of ethnicities like you do with us. It is up to you to have an internal ethnogenesis of the mind. You have to uncolonize, unlearn, and have a harsh conversation within your community. Stop having a conversation with the people that have done the work. Have the conversation with the people on your side who need to do the work.
It's happening now.
It's happening now.
Yeah.
If you go to Ghana right now, you will see African Americans on.
I want y'all to always pay attention FBA. You have to go and break bread with them. You have to go and spend money with them. You have to go to where they are and make sure you initiate. Not I'm going to come and see you. Not I'm going to come break bread and compromise and figure out what I got to do with you. Not that I will extend the olive branch the other way. It is. I noticed something. I noticed this. People do not love you if I only have to support you first. Stop telling me that you for me if I'm only for me if I got to break bread with you. You are not for me. You are not. You are only for me if the interest is mutual. Do not tell me in my face that you love, you honor, and you respect me if I have to initiate everything. if I had to initiate the handshake, if I had to initiate the love, if I had to initiate the respect, you a mother flipping liar. No, you are an opportunist who is looking for something to gain, not to build. And we're going to keep it 100 about that. Do not lie. Do not up and tell me that you are for it if I always have to go the other way around. Because you have many in this country. And I challenge all my FBA family this. Pay attention and listen. Tell me when the time you have been to an immigrant's house that felt some type of way. Tell me when they invited you in. Tell me when you broke bread together. Tell me when you shared a meal. That is family. When somebody invites you to their house, that's love. When somebody break bread with you, that's love. When somebody share respect with you, that's love. And I'm not speaking about all, but you know who them people are. I'm not going to put this on the entire class, but it's a lot, y'all. And until we be honest, like I said, I got plenty of non-FBA brothers that I love, man. But it's a lot I don't. As somebody that lives in Houston now and it sees them, the energy is very noticeable. It is. And the only thing we got to be noticeable about is to understand, number one, how they feel. Acknowledge it. Respond it. And most importantly, reciprocate it.
On every street, they're getting their residency, they're getting their citizenship, they're moving back, they're reinvesting. Africans, we reconnected the umbilical cord ourselves. And that's why you always talk about why people are mad. The 1619 Project was one.
Shout out to the FBA queens in here. I see y'all talking, y'all. You right, man. Donka 4-3. The whole 1 and 4 thing is an agenda behind it. I agree with you, Tanika. But you know the one thing about it, Miss Tanika Mitchell, y'all too, I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. It's not about us. We got to know. We know we're on code, but we got our youngins out here, our YNs, our young ladies. They might not understand, and we must teach. Delineate 2 terms. We got to teach. We got to show. We got to talk about it. And most importantly, y'all, we got to make sure we highlight what we see. Because if we don't highlight what we see and what we see, it'll pass. That's the reason why I highlight these points. But y'all right, sisters, y'all are.
Of those moments where Black people said, no. We're going to recreate our own history. We're going to tell our own story. And that story does not mean that we come from slavery. We don't come from slavery. You all come from oppressing. You guys come from robbery and theft. And you need to own that. Yeah. But we are starting to tell our own story and reconnect ourselves to Africa and really invest in Africa and realize there's a huge bounty of human capacity.
You notice it's always invest, reconnect, and stand. You notice it's always an extension that must be given. I want y'all to peep that, y'all. Peep the game when somebody makes sure that you have to extend something, that you have to be willing to give, that you must make the initial steps. I always notice that when I hear these conversations. Hey, the Black Americans must make an effort to invest. Give me your money. Must make an effort to do. Make sure you initiate. Must make effort to give. Make sure you do something. FBA family. Hell no. That era, love our parents and grandparents era, that era is over. There is no more free money. There is no more free love. There is no more free respect. You must get it, earn it out the mud like we do. There is no more unconditional love. We only have it with each other because you have made it very clear how you felt. And we see the line. Now we acknowledge it. That's it.
Of financial capacity, and that together we're like the most powerful weapon on earth.
Yeah, and I feel that energy. I've done 9 countries. I want to go to more countries in Africa. I want to do all 54.
Same.
I want to be able to go to Madagascar and say I met somebody from Madagascar. But
you ever notice too, y'all, that the unification that they speak about hasn't been done already? Remember, how many FBAs have traveled to most of our Black locations in this country? Peep game. Many FBAs, many of us have already been to our black capitals. Drop in the chat where you've been. I can name all of our black cities: Atlanta, Memphis, Jacksonville, Houston, Alabama, Mississippi, New Orleans, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Shreveport, Los Angeles. Many of our black capitals and black cities we've already been to. We've already made that unification step. We've already made that unification effort. The unity aspect that you are speaking about, don't forget Chicago, Indianapolis, Gary, Indiana. We've already done that. You are telling us to do something that you have not done. Unity starts at home first. Love starts at home first. Then you can extend and get the love the other way. Stop telling me about unity and what we got to do when you ain't did it yet. Do it first. Lead first. And then come back and see us. That's the energy that we own now, y'all. Hey, everyone here by the first name, I'm Junior Confident, FBA Love. Shout out to you, Crystal. I appreciate you too. But I want y'all to remember that, y'all. It's the new energy now. You got to lead first now. You got to show me first. I don't want to hear about what you're trying to do. I don't want to hear about what you thinking about visiting or where you about to go to. Holla at me when it's done. Holla at me, Joy Reid and Akbar, when you go visit your countries. Then you come to us and speak about how you unified, and then we will be willing to listen. That's the new code. That's the new standard. Holla at me when you do the work first.
And bring back a wife for your friends.
But what I love is like there is this similarity and this connection through all of the countries I've been to in Africa. Like there is this connection that I feel the same being here, growing up in America. And I'm like, I just want to see and minimize or eradicate the confusion that is the distrust or the pointing fingers at each other. Well, you guys are this way, or you look down, or you think you're better. You're an African booty scratcher.
Well, how do you think they stole us?
Yeah.
I mean, their method was to say, hey, tribe number one, sell me.
They stole you because they played on the tribalism that is there. They stole you because you already have an inherent difficulty among each other that has not been addressed. You cannot do something to someone if they do not allow it to happen. Y'all have ethno-states, tribalism, and other things that you have not chosen to deal with and have not focused and centered around you guys' problems. So like the title of the license today, non-FBAs are lying about where the delineation movement started. The reason why they're lying because we know it can date back to the history when Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Breonna Taylor, Philando Castile, Eric Gardner, and others started when the delineation started on you guys' side. Look at the delineation in mass media. Look at the delineation on how you talk about us. Look at the delineation on how you feel you don't go back to your ethnic countries and doing that work that you need to do socially. When we're talking about these type of things, when you're hearing those issues around, we are not centering you guys' problems anymore. What we are doing is acknowledging where it happened, where it started, and we are focusing on our problems first. Remember, y'all, when they ask about when delineation movement start, I want you to have this in your lexicon. It started under the Barack Obama presidential campaign, when the upgrade of social media websites uptick, when they had the memes, the coins, and the disrespectful networks, when you saw fighting being emphasized, when you saw specifically FBA women being disrespected on a night-to-night basis, when they only show the bad sides of us. They don't show equal opportunity. They don't tolerate positive Black moments, Black history moments. It is an open propaganda campaign by non-FBA women and people to do it. What we are doing now is simply addressing it. And it's not meant to be disrespectful only if you intend it to be. What it is meant is to focus and recenter our wagons and focus on our problems and things we need to focus on moving forward like this. 500,000 Black men since November of this year, y'all, have lost their jobs. 500,000 brothers have lost their jobs in almost 4 months in this country. That is due to the migration influx. That is due to the AI changing systems. That is due to a lot of issues that we have to deal with right now. King Crowder, why are you bringing this up? It's because when we talk about what the FBA delineation movement and focus is on, this is an impactful statement. As somebody that loves our brothers, that invest in our brothers, that talk about our black men, that emphasize what brothers go into, I want to talk about this subject and why it's near and dear. When brothers lose their job and their stability and their livelihood, it affects them mentally, emotionally, and it also affects their families. But I want to emphasize something else that we really got to hit on, FBA family, and this is just for me. We are no longer in a marketplace where we can be by ourselves. Now, if that means community living, if that means having a partner or coupling or whatever that looks like, but right now in this marketplace, we are seeing jobs being systematically erased at scary levels. And these cities don't care. These government officials will not change until we force them to, as we're working on and operating with right now. But right now, we are seeing women losing jobs. We're seeing the brothers lose jobs in almost 4 months of astronomical levels. We're seeing problems that the foundation are truly responding with and dealing with. Now, why am I bringing this up, King Crowder? Because number one, when we talk about delineate, this goes under that. Delineation is the love era. Love thyself is the first rule and step of law. What does love thyself mean, King Crowder? Acknowledging your problems. This problem about black men having a shortage of labor is scary. It is astronomical. It is hurtful. And you may not hear it publicly because I know online, right? Everybody rich. Everybody doing well. Everybody traveling. Everybody in Houston for spring break. Shout out to Houston, Texas. Shout out to the youngest enjoying and living their lives. I'm not going to shame our black American children. Our black American babies can enjoy and live their spring break and enjoy it, y'all. Y'all notice that everybody's trying to demonize it, try to shame it, try to champion where they can go and where they can go and live life and be respected. Shout out to Houston, Texas for opening a house for black college students, teenagers, and young Americans to laugh and smile, y'all. If y'all want to go out and do what y'all want to do, I'm all for it. Just don't hurt nobody. If you hear people demonizing our babies, I want you to understand that is a microaggression. When you hear that, when you see that, do not allow that to happen. Allow young black American children to live. Allow young black American children to make mistakes. Allow young black American children to fight and figure things out. Do not allow people to disrespect them, y'all. We allow that too many times by saying, why are they dressing like that? Why are they acting like that? Why are they talking like that? They're young. I'm not saying they can't strive for being better. I can't say they're not going to strive to try to figure it out, but I do not like when we put terms on them like it's an everlasting thing. I'm from the streets, the trenches, the projects, couldn't do right, couldn't get things right, but as I grew as a man, I changed. Allow young men and young ladies to grow and change. I'm not saying don't speak life into them. I'm not saying not wish they could do better, but I'm saying stop allowing people to demonize our black children. I hate that, man. Randall, let me get back to it, y'all. But I mean, that really bothers me that we do that a lot. When black men have lost their jobs, what do we see, y'all? It started in palm color. A couple of people that bought in the early 1960s, they came in better than us. They worship palm color. Shout out to Crystal for that. Salute to you too, Grace. I appreciate you, love. And 100, you know I'm always speak the facts. Y'all know I will. But let's keep chopping it up, y'all. Brothers are losing their job at astronomical levels, almost 500,000 men. What does that mean, y'all? That means family. That means children. That means support. That means men's confidence as a whole is taking a hit right now. For the foundation of this country, y'all, I want y'all to understand something. This is not the era to have the lane that we once had. I'm not telling you to change everything, but I'm saying we have to adjust and pivot. That means instead of eating out 2 times a week, maybe you need to eat 1. Instead of going to that nice restaurant, maybe you need to go to the Olive Garden. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? I do it. We do it. I may eat out once or twice a week. But hey, my lady Big Prego, 8 months. Shout out to Queen Crowder. Shout out to her. But right now, as we look at these numbers, y'all, we see the state of where our economy is as the foundation. I want us to understand what the game plan is looking like. Number one, we are in a skilled trades transition. No one is talking about that, but we got to understand that the career path, the orientation, what's going to be meaningful in the future marketplace has changed. The skills, the requirements, what they're going to want to go into, what is going to be a requirement for a family is going to change. Also, we need to talk about the ability to couple up and make selection. I know that's a topic people don't like to talk about, but right now in this country, if you have a young, I'm gonna have a new baby coming, and my son, soldier, my son 10, 11, soldier 11, 10, one of them. He is being taught right now, son, until you can get married, do not produce. Until you can have that woman where you can figure it out. I'm not saying you can't date. I'm not saying you can't live life. I'm not saying you can't have fun and text. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying right now, son, going forward, your mate selection, your wifely process must move differently. Your father didn't do it right. Your father did not do it right. I was living life. But moving forward with you, I want you to have a better catapult onto something, which you are. Daddy working with you to figure it out. But along with my daughter that's on the way, I'm going to say the same thing. Hey, look, baby girl, one of the most important things I want you to figure out is not no damn job. It is to figure out the man that y'all going to have, that y'all going to figure it out. I'm going to get you a house. I'm going to make sure you're stable and established. But I want you to understand the value of having a foundational Black American family first. Because right now, like I said, y'all, 500,000 men without a job. And remember, a job hit different when you by yourself. If you ain't got nobody to lean on, if you ain't got nobody to build with or grow with, it's going to hit different when you got to pay that damn mortgage by yourself. The bills by yourself. I'm not saying, I know the dirty word is about the 50-50, but listen, you need 100 right now. You need 100. I need you 10 toes down. I need you 10 toes with me. Baby, you going to cook breakfast, I'm going to cook dinner. Right now in the state of this country, I don't want to hear what nobody else talking about. Y'all, King Crider going to keep it 1,000 with you because I love you. All that energy that our grandmother, our mothers got to live with right now, that is not the same. It's not. So the way we got to move and time moving forward is the number one important thing I want you to focus on. If you need me to help you, let me know. I got a lot of brothers inside the Houston, Texas area. Single, ready to mingle, good careers, wanting to build, and looking for a family. Absolutely, you on point. These old niggas were criticizing you, so they vote for absolutely nothing and they vote for the kids. Also, man, I noticed that a lot of times that we will demonize our kids, that our babies will get criticized. But listen, y'all, allow them to grow. I was a street ninja, y'all. My family is. Brothers, cousins, sister, daddy, I am that. But like Malcolm X said in his book, The Autobiography of Malcolm X, transformation and renewing your mind is the single greatest thing that we can give to our children. Delineation started in 2006, and it's here to say, hey, it's been started for a minute, love. Yes, yes, and yes, and thank y'all for tapping in with me. But as we continue to go, remember, the state of the economy is the way it is, y'all. Shout out to man Keith Boynton. Shout out to the brother, but the job report is showing a drastic numbers that we got to be aware of. And why do we got to be aware of it, family? It's because the scam tactics, the scam behavior, and let me go down something like this, y'all. I want y'all to pin this conversation. Scamming is theft. Scamming are people that steal from people who are producing. I don't want you to use that word scam no more. Can we leave that word in 2025? The word we need to move using forward is theft. You a damn thief. You a crook. You stole from me. Do not use that word scamming because it appears like it's something else. No, sir. You are a scammer means you take from people who have worked hard for their money. You have stole, taken, not produced, and took something for your benefit. We got to go ahead and call things what we are, but I'm tired of these little words like scam. I'm trying to come out. No, sir. You are trying to steal from me. You are trying to take from somebody who is deliberately trying to invest or build something, and you are taking it for your benefit. That is what the word scamming, theft means. We're making it light by putting the twain scamming on it like it ain't as bad, but it's a damn thief. That's what it is. So when somebody use that word, y'all call it what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's stop being nice with it. Moving on. If you have not checked the news this week, y'all remember I always try to give y'all something breaking. A college group chat has set the world on fire. Florida International has a racist group chat in Miami-Dade County, Florida area. And the Dade County, Florida area group chat was saying University of South Florida interest when they had racial slurs and and misogynist language. FIU does not condone hate speech, anti-Semitism, and racism. FIU students were in the same chat talking about, I think they should be expelled. I think that these Negroes, you know the word they were using, had no issues or possibility at my school. They felt that they had racist remarks and racist slurs. They failed when they said bigotry and other anti-Semitic views. I want y'all to think about this for a second. FIU, shout out to Florida, is a predominantly Florida school. If you do not know Florida's history, y'all, with the Seminoles and the Negro Wars, it's phenomenal. Florida is the true place where the first freedmen of American descendants came from chattel slavery, immigrated to the South. Florida has a different energy to it as far as black folks. That's why they really can't stand the Seminoles down there, because that energy that they have is different. But I want to ask y'all a question. Absolutely, y'all check it out. Oh, this live, man. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you, fam. But look, let's go on and chop it up more, y'all. What they are saying is that the group chat was so disrespectful towards black folks that the students spoke out. Remember, y'all, our athletes have more power than they want to give credit to. That is the reason why they always try to hide, de-emphasize, remove, and keep our athletes away from each other. Our athletic program saw this group chat and made a threat, stood on business. They stood 10 toes down, and they said, you better remove them or we gazon. That's the only thing that happened, FBA family. But I want y'all to pay attention to what makes the news and what makes the headways more than not. Remember, this didn't make the news nationally about Florida schools, but the election did. You mean to tell me in Florida right now, this happened, and ain't nobody speak of it? Ain't nobody say nothing? Ain't nobody feel no type of way? I wonder why. Remember, y'all, like I said last week, people will tell you a lot of things if they disagree with something, if they're quiet on the subject. Do not allow people that do disrespectful things or have a disrespectful nature or disposition not say anything, and you let it slide. I don't ever want you to let it slide. And I also want you to know something. You know how King Crowder come with these invoices? Remember when I said last week, all the UK Brits love running their mouth? And the UK Brits love speaking on black issues. But when the BAFTA incident happened, I ain't hear a damn peep. I ain't hear a word. I ain't hear a conversation. I ain't hear no energy. I ain't hear nobody say nothing. Oh, FBA fam. Idris Elba was knighted in the UK? Idris Elba was given an award and a nomination? Did he speak on what happened in the UK? Did he say how he felt it was wrong to hear the black people get vocalized and disrespected? Did any of them say nothing? FBA family, this is why. This is why you don't hear them say anything. I love them agree. I'm not saying I know Idris Elba personally, but I know you blew up by playing Stringer Bloyle, an FBA black man in the great city of Baltimore. Shout out to Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, shout out to y'all. But this brother right here is receiving an award, y'all, being knighted. But he ain't ever speak out. When that BAFTA incident happened, did any of those brothers from the UK speak out? Did Daniel? Did Gibson? Did anybody? No, sir. I don't like to let things go like that. Why, y'all? Because I want you to understand something most of my family don't get. No message is a message. Silence is a message. Not agreeing is a message. Not responding is a message. And if you have a feeling like you don't need to respond, that you don't need to say nothing, that you feel like it is underneath you to say something and defend the certain people that helped you, that's how you truly feel, fam. And the only thing we got to do, y'all, is I don't want us to be passive about it no more. I want us to see it. I want the feeling to be mutual. And I want it to be acknowledged. But Idris, we see you, fam. We see you. And we watch you. Next up, Share the Live. Y'all, a lot of these so-called political groups, you ever wonder in your lifetime, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you like me, how the hell you get on to get hired for the National Black Caucus? How do you get jobs in these organizations? What are they campaign focus and promises on? What are they supporting? What are they doing? How do you get a job there? How do you get recruited? How come they ain't on HBCU campuses? Me as an HBCU student, I never saw the Black Caucus on our campus. I never saw them speaking. I never saw them having an issue. I never saw them speaking on anything. All I ever see is the Black Caucus. What it do, Mike, is them highlighting their programs and speaking. I want y'all to think about this, y'all. This is the Black Caucus out of California. I want y'all to pay attention to what they do support. Asian and Pacific Islanders Force, Civil Services, the Alliance for San Diego, Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders Civil Enforcement, Bay Area Region Hospital Initiatives, Black California's Healthcare, Black Women Wellness Action Program, California Power Network, the State Capitol, the Analysis. What do they oppose? Black Lives Matter, Black California Lineage Society, Black California Organization for Reparation, Committee for Regional Justice, the Amendment for Black Media Group, the Full Amendment for Youth Consulting Group, and the Lineage Equity Claims for the Investments of Black Professional People. I want y'all to think about this for a second. This is supposed to be a Black caucus out of the state of California, and they are openly against the action for reparation. Mike, your take on it?
First of all, if we're not openly for the getting of greenbacks, goldbacks, any type of backs that can be fundamentally put us in a better situation, I'm all for it in any manner. It has to come with great stipulations and great rewards. But if you're not for that, I don't understand what you're for. I do understand that San Diego and that type of area, California, does have a lot of Pacific Islanders and Asians. However, if you are the Black Caucus, your number one mission, your main mission, and your only mission until it is fixed or done in a manner where we don't need anything and now we can focus on someone else, should be the Black Caucus that you represent. Now, I do know other groups need help, but we have to help ourselves in dire times. Do they know over 500,000 Black people are without jobs right now?
I agree, Mike. And we said a sister said, Crystal Empress, the Congressional Black Caucus is full of immigrants. I thought our people knew that. No, ma'am. Remember, Miss Empress, we make the mistake in thinking that everybody is a politically astute like we are. It is our job as the political advocacy class, me, you, and Mike, to make sure we convey that. We convert that. Most people are not aware and are not aware of what's going on. As you said, Mike, I agree with you 1,000%. The question I asked for, Mike, as I asked in the chat, how the hell do you get a job there? Mike, you a college graduate. Where did they recruit at? What was they at that you can get a job? And remember that? Where did you see them at, Mike? Me and Mike both HBC. Mike, in your lifetime, I'm going to let you have the floor. You tell me where you saw them at, because I ain't never seen them. Have you, Mike? How do you get a job there, a position, a program, a scholarship? Mike, you tell me.
Man, I have no idea, bro. I don't.
And I want you to think about that, Mike. If we're both college-educated class students, how the hell did we never get approached, Mike? How come we never saw? We was near D.C., y'all. I want y'all to know that. 757. How far is it from DC, Mike?
About 3 hours, 4 hours.
So 3 hours of recruitment base. Me and Mike, both active college black male campus participants. How the hell you get on? When you think about it, Mike, we grown now. Think about it, fam. When did we see them on campus, Mike? Doing any damn thing.
Facts.
Speaking on any damn thing. Having a conversation about anything, Mike. And I tell people this, Mike. We got to remember what happened during our lifetime, Mike, and we don't think about it like that, Mike. We had Trayvon Martin.
Facts.
Philando Castile.
Facts. Freddie Gray.
Eric Gardner. Freddie Gray. Breonna Taylor. They ain't got no grassroots support out there, Mike. They wasn't in the college campus beating the drum. And Mike, people got mad at me when I said this earlier, Mike. We got to understand that the Obama era started all of this feelings. I know people don't like to admit that, Mike. We like to bash Trump, but Obama started Trump, y'all.
Facts.
He was the biggest advocate for it because of how he felt. Idris Elba being silent was loud. I'm telling you, all day, y'all. Shout out to the Houston fam. I ain't know he's a Houston Nate. Shout out to it. My dog in the 757. Shout out to y'all, man. We cook it with napalm. The Democrats are responsible for recruiting. They have a scholarship to bring immigrants in to replace it. The scholarship go to immigrants and they in politics. Oh, shout out to her, Mike. I can't disagree with that. And like I said, y'all, both of us are college graduates in the field, on the ground root level. I just don't remember, Mike, them ever. Like I said, and I could be wrong, Mike. You tell me what you think, fam, what you saw, how you felt, and overall what you feeling right now.
Man, I don't know, bro. I seen a lot of the student leaders and the student recruitment teams, but I didn't see the Black Caucus people at all.
So you never personally have had any fortitude or anything like that, Mike?
Nah, man.
And next up, y'all, on our live, Mike, as we continue, we cooking with napalm tonight, Mike. I ain't even catching how booming we are right now. Next up, the video, Mike. I know we've been talking about the videos all week, Mike. Hope you ready, y'all. This is gonna get Mike in the gram. I already know.
Saw as being civilized.
Yes.
But being civilized meant just cutting yourself off from indigeneity. And so, you know, which is what you're seeing, like people who are from Europe that go to Israel try to reclaim, right, and steal back. But what Black people have is sort of a natural indigeneity. Like we're just naturally indigenous people. Yeah. The food we eat, the rhythm, the dancing, the music, the gospel.
It just comes out.
We just took it. Like we take, spiritual songs and music and turn it into gospel. A thing that's a spiritual, physical experience. And that's an indigenous vibe. And so that vibration is common to everyone Black, whether you're in East Africa, West Africa, Caribbean, Brazil. All we need is to try to get over some of the phony false.
Mike, where the hell is all this weed from? Mike, Mike, hold on. Let me let it cook it before I let Mike go out. Wait a minute.
Separation.
And Mike, do you see her shirt too? Immigrants make America better. I want you to have that in your lexicon.
That Europeans actually used to steal us. Yes, and it was a tactic to steal us. And as long as we fight infighting, they can keep stealing us. Yeah, and so that's how we have to learn.
I want the infighting to stop. Like that has to stop. The last thing you want is to turn around and it's the people who look like you. And
Mike, all this we talk. We created music. We created sound. Joy Reid made it very clear, Mike. She went Black last year. When did we become a thing?
Bro, we can only have a we when you legitimize our fight and the faction and the things that we had to do, that our ancestors had to endure. The abomination, us getting castrated, us getting bucked, us getting sold, us getting beaten. And quite frankly, there was people that came to our land. What you have to understand and realize is this: when the United States was first, indigenous people was Black Americans, right? The Black American Indians. Check this out, right? We were at war. No one knows this, right? We were at war with the French, the Spanish, the Italian. It was like 7 different countries over here trying to divide and conquer and take what was theirs, right? To the people that was already here. So why do you think, like, in different areas, like Louisiana is French, that was a territory they were conquering over there, right? Different places, Spanish, New Mexico, all that, right? But it's just different, bro, because it's crazy because they say we, but they don't legitimize that plight. that we were to take him from here and lay with us so we wouldn't have land and all that.
Yeah, I agree. Keep cooking, fam. Keep cooking.
But I just don't like that they want to be we in the camera and the light and in public, but they don't want to be we in the streets. They don't want to be we when it comes to making a difference. They want to be we with reparations, but how can you have us asking for our reparations when you never went through the civil rights?
Well, I think the biggest thing, Mike, is that what bothers me about the whole we conversation, y'all. Why it ain't we when we talking to these white folks?
Facts.
Why it ain't we, Mike, when we having a conversation about cut the check? Why it ain't we when we saying the laws ain't right? Why it ain't we when we having a conversation internally? Why it ain't we when we talk about who created hip hop? Why is it that the goddamn Jermaine, everybody else said they did, Mike? Where's y'all James Brown? Where's y'all goddamn Michael Jackson? Excuse me, Mike. Chris Brown, Beyonce, any damn body. Why is it always we got to share everything that we created and made big? Why is that? It's always with the good, Mike. It's never with the bad. It's never with the struggle, like Mike said. It's never with the discrimination. It's never with the hardship. It's always goddamn we when it's time to collect something.
Cut the check.
Like
why they want? Why they
we
want
got
the check to be cut?
Mike, our boy back. Hold on for me. Shout out to you, Pam. Shout out to you, dog. I know you back again.
Peace, family. How y'all doing?
Good, bro. Talk to me.
No, I was really just checking in and saying, I appreciate the positive content.
What's up?
Peace, brother. And really, one thing I would like to see, and I said it before, but there may be new listeners. I want to see foundational Black Americans, those that are capable, not only buying real estate in the nations that immigrants come to the U.S. from, but I want to see Black Americans getting government jobs and becoming elected officials in the nations that immigrants come to the U.S. from, and creating laws in these foreign nations that benefit Black Americans the same way that immigrants in the U.S. are in the government and have positions in Congress and Senate, and they create legislation to benefit themselves in the U.S. Literally, that's the entirety of what I came up to say. And really, thanks for having me up. And really, keep up the positive work, because our future generations, they will see these live streams and they will know that we advocated and fought for them. We did not just sit complacent as society worked against our future generations. We didn't just forfeit our communities to foreigners. We fought to preserve our communities. Really.
Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate that commentary, man. Thank you so much. I'm gonna bring it down, folks.
Yes, sir. Peace, family.
Peace and love, bro. Peace and love.
All right, we got one more mic. Hey, Black Space Warrior, what's good? What it do?
Hey, what's happening, man? Thanks for having me up. Man, I'm of the opinion that they owe us reparations too, because they participated in the slave trade heavily, and it wasn't just West Coast of Africa. I mean, United States only got about 3 or 4% of the slave trade, but they still participated. The rest of us were already here. That's why, your average Black American, they're going to tell you about some, Native family member, I have that on both sides. Like on my dad's side, got Seminole. My mother's side, got Blackfoot. So you're going to have that. But for those that probably got mixed in, with Africans, the few that came over, they, and the truth be told, they owe not only us, they owe the Caribbean, and they owe especially Brazil. Nobody, Joy Reid sitting up here fronting, but if you break it down, they owe. I mean, we should have money coming from the United States, also from England. But those guys in Africa, I don't know about how much, since we didn't get that much of the slave trade, but man, they need to be paying everybody else that they enslaved. Because when you think about these islands, they were saying there wasn't any well, I think you had an Arawak on some of them, but a lot of these places didn't have any black people, they say. I don't know how much I believe that because black people were everywhere, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, man. They, you know, she up here trying to change history on us, and I'm looking at like y'all owe too. Matter of fact, I think they owe more. I'm gonna reverse that and say I think they owe more for trying to bogart our reparations. You know, you had the African Union sitting up here talking about some six region of Africa, and nope, yeah, they didn't ask us about that, and we're not African any damn way. So they're going, you know, we need to hit them for trying to bogart our reparations. And it's just crazy. They got built over 1 billion people trying to live off a few million people. I mean, how weak is that? You know, it's like you got everything you need up under your feet, but you won't reach down there to see what it's all about. The whole world has Google. Before that, you had libraries. You can line up a piece of rock you find with a picture on Google, and it'll tell you what the properties are, so they can get the actual value for what, you know, for what they want to sell it for. Everybody's over here trying to reach into our pocket, and you know, I'm pretty damn sick of that, man. You know, it's disgusting. It's like, how you gonna traffic people, then circle the block and try to re-up, you know, just because they got played during the slave trade because they were idiots. Shouldn't have been doing that mess in the first place. They were straight up idiots, you know.
Shout out
straight
to my
idiots.
dog, Hot Fire, baby.
Yeah, man. Hey, but thanks for having me up. I'm gonna drop down, let somebody else hit this mic. Y'all have a good one.
Good to see you,
All
bro.
right,
love, bro.
Hey,
all right, Mike. But as we were saying, man, the brother hit down, man. Anybody can tap in, family. We always cook it up, man. The brother did a phenomenal job. Thank the brother for doing that. He dropped down, did it, man. So we gonna keep cooking, y'all. Thank the brother. We're gonna keep going as we gonna keep going, y'all. Next up on it, man. As we continue to share the live, the link is already right there. Y'all can always tap in anytime, man. Y'all know what I'm saying. Me and Mike are always open to intellectual discourse. Mike, I'm gonna drop some knowledge on my people, y'all. This right here is a teaching moment. Pay attention, y'all. Shout out to Jason Black. People don't know, Mike, that the Oscars is actually named by a Black American man. Oscar, made right here, brother, was the originator, Mike, of Black American films, who the Oscar is named after, Mike. Most people don't know this. He was an innovator, Mike, a filmmaker, back when Black people couldn't do nothing. So we got to give our flowers to this brother as he's doing this outstanding work. Mike, why do I bring that up? We know the Oscars are on right now, y'all. And we know they have been hating so damn much on Sinners. Sinners done broke all type of records. Sinners is an original film. Sinners is made strictly off a Black story, off a Black plight. And I want y'all to remember something, y'all. It is in the genre of horror. Remember, that's the thing, y'all. We have always been killed off early in horror movies. We've never had a horror movie discography. Many Black Americans have been shunned even for wanting to be inside horror films. So for what's the director, Mike's name? Name skips me right now. What's the brother's name? Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler, yeah.
And Mike, as you been in the Oscars, man, I'm reading some of the comments. I'm sorry, Mike, I ain't even been reading that. Who gives it? What the brother white man said? That's true. The recruitment of anti-Black has been 60 years, Mike. She knows what she just saying. She is not one of them. My big forehead. Somebody said, Mike, I love you, dog. Sinners was such a good movie. It was an awesome movie. Shout out to the guys. Shout out to Mike. As you hearing that, Mike, and we discussing it, how do you think Sinners will perform tonight? What is your hot take on it? And what do you feel, family?
Bro, first of all, if they not winning, we tearing shit up, bro. Have to, bro. It has broke so many records. Has to win something. And if it's not winning, we ain't winning.
Well, I think, Mike, the one thing that Sinners did, y'all, was provide that we need newer stories.
Yes.
That's what Sinners did to me, Mike. They keep saying that nobody wants to see movies. I'm telling you, Mike, I don't mind the superhero movies, Mike, but I don't want to see them shits every time, Mike. You feel me? We need more. It's like the whole creative thing with music, Mike. We need a new sound.
Yes.
We need a new energy. Mike is the creative guy. I just think we're over the same crap. Like, And I think what Sinners did, it kicked the door open for new sound, new context to be given, because we're tired of seeing the same thing. And we got to also remember something, y'all. Ryan Coogler is a brother. He speak like one, Mike. He look like one. He act like one. He talk like one. And he carries himself like one. So I do wonder, Mike, as a hot take, will he be around? Will he win all of his awards he deserved, Mike? I do wonder. I will say that's at the back of my lexicon, Mike.
Hey, I will say this, bro. The Oscars is historically known to snub black actors. I will
Mike,
say
all of the awards.
They make a game. You will name it after us. You will honor us and praise us for what we do. But you will take over the awards and give it away to your kind because you named it after us. That was good enough. You feel me? That was good enough.
That was, Mike. You're right. You're right, Mike. You're right. And I believe we got to talk about these things, Mike. And what else I got to talk about, Mike? Mike, you my music head on here, Mike, and my music people. When are we gonna stop giving these white folks a pass, Mike? Right. I am tired of this, and I'm gonna let the interview play before we kick it off, y'all. FBA Black Family.
John's saying you didn't retreat into a whiter genre. In fact, you arguably went deeper into
black music.
Deeper into black. Yeah. So was that conscious? Was that a little twist on the typical move that white rappers make, which is to retreat back into traditionally white sounds?
It certainly made what I already wanted to do even more appealing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because you like pushing that boundary, that line?
I think I love black music. I love the sound of black music.
Who among us?
Yeah, I love the sound of black music.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm hyper aware of the politics of today, that safer landing spot that a lot of my white contemporaries have found. And of course, it appealed to me to do something that I felt like at a time when there's plenty of people expecting me to take some of the routes y'all are taking.
Yep.
To take the route that not only might not be expected, but is also the one I genuinely want to take. So all the stars aligned in that way for me, to be honest. I'm not going to pretend like what you're talking about. I was like, I guess you're right. I knew that there were multiple things appealing about this route, but I also came to the decision, I'm proud to say, off of what feels good in my ear. Mm-hmm. I love R&B music. I love the sound of soft, intimate, melodic music. So I want to be understood. I want to.
My white folks trying to colonize R&B now? They couldn't take over hip hop, Mike. Are they trying to target R&B?
Nah, bro. I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna say from the way he was talking, bro. I'm gonna give you two plights, right? I'm gonna give you political plight, and then I'm gonna give you stand on the FBA. So check it out, bro. For years and years and years and years, black people, black culture, black everything has been the quantifying it for the music. So I cannot blame the brother to me as a musician, right? Not like black music as an artist. It's beautiful. It has range, direction, depth. It's thick. It's deep like an onion. You get what I'm saying? Like, black music is such a beautiful art form. So I cannot get mad at him for being in love with it, right? It's sexy. But on the other hand, we continue to let these niggas do good in our lane, nigga. I just want something to be like, it's cool that you, like, imitation is the best form of flattery. I say this all the time. But I just want something that wants to be uniquely ours. So one thing that we can just be like, this is our shit. Please do not colonize it. Do not gentrify it. Do not fuck with it. It's like gumbo. It is what it is, baby. You feel me? So it's like, come on, man. Like, I just want to see us have one thing and win. And then don't put the little salt and pepper on it. Don't.
Well, the reason why I have such an energy for it, y'all, share the live, comment, like, and subscribe, is, Mike, where does it end? Because as we've seen with white folk, because we talk about them, They don't know where to draw the line at or whether respect should end or where we should let it be. As we discuss with reparations, politics, and other things, if we let them in the door, Mike, it's only going to get worse, y'all. And if you don't believe me, look at the screen, y'all. We have a white rapper, Mike, using the word white ninja. I can't play it, y'all, for the copyright strike, but there's a white rapper right now who made a song, Mike, that is on the news wave saying, I am a white ninja. Why can't I say it? Because I'm not saying it with the ER. I blame New York City. I blame 6ix9ine. And I blame everybody for talking about that we got to pass out here. When we talk about the culture, what it stands for and what it means with, if we don't have a hard line stance to say, Mike, what is acceptable, shit like this will pop up, Mike. I'm not saying that you can't make a song. I'm not saying that you can't get a feature. But come on, Mike, come on now. We got a brother saying, I'm a white ninja.
Brother.
A white MAGA rap. Mike, look at the visuals. Let me see if I can play it without playing the song. I'm going to try to make it bigger.
Need no belt, 20,000 that I'm.
Mike, look at him, y'all. Y'all looking? Fam. He got a song called White Ninja out right now. I'm not telling you to stream it. I'm saying this is what happens when you try to make stuff inclusive, y'all. This is what happens when you try to make it seem like we all the same. We all lives matter, all that bullshit.
No, niggas.
Now you trip that I
on it. You seeing a white rapper making a song like that, family? Where do you stand as a relative music head on the pod, the mic that always talking good? Where do you align?
Bro, we cannot stand for that. Like, see, this derives straight from people not checking shit, right? There's not a lot of real niggas in the world. That's what I find out every time. Because if it was a real nigga around, that would never happen. It would have been checked, handled, and dealt with in those 3 ways, right? But people are soft, bro. That's what we're coming to find out, that people not standing up for what they truly believe in, because it's no way somebody let this happen, bro. Like, that couldn't happen around me. I don't care who you are.
Big facts, Mike. Big facts. In next video, we're going to show you, y'all, it is a bit expressive. If you have children around, I just want to let you know it's going to be some language, and it's also going to be a graphic, not graphic as far as violence, but it's a video that I want us to all watch together. Mike, people got to learn something. We're going to watch it, then we're going to give our commentary. Fair use.
Stop! No, stop, please, I'm scared, stop! Wait, stop, please! Wait, please, stop, stop,
All right, here's your copy of the citation. As far as the bills, you don't want to take it?
No.
Oh, yes, you don't take it because it's your citation.
I don't want it.
That's your citation. That's littering. Step out of the car.
No, don't do that. Step off my car. I'm not stepping out. Look.
Mom, chill out.
First step, y'all. My ladies and gentlemen, always fight to get home. If a cop has an order and an anger about him, do not fight in the streets. You fight in the courtroom. You got your babies with you. You got your family with you. I do not want you getting a charge. I do not want you fighting. I know you standing on toes, and I'm not saying you can't express yourself, but it's a dangerous time to be out here going against these people, y'all.
I'm not just calling. Yes, call, I'm not touching.
Mom, please chill out, Mom.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm not stepping out of shit. Call your motherfucking supervisor. You're not the supervisor. Call your supervisor. A supervisor. I'm not stepping out of nothing.
Please chill out.
Get your hand off me. Get your hand off me. I will step out when the supervisor. I'm not stepping out of nothing. Get your hand off me. Get your hand off me. Let you littered. You dropped the ticket, not me. No, you dropped the ticket, not me. You dropped the ticket, not me. Get your hands off me. You're touching me. Give me the ticket. You're touching me forcibly. You're holding me too tight, and you're being out of line. Y'all see this, right?
Sir, I'm sorry. Can she just get the ticket?
No, you stop. Why are you holding my arm like this?
Because I gave you the ticket.
Why? No, you did not. You dropped the ticket, not me. I told you I did not want it. You dropped it. You dropped it. You're doing too much. I'm not afraid of you. Get your hand off of me. You're holding me forcibly for no reason.
Because you need to step out of the car.
Get your fucking hands off me.
Step out of the car.
No, what am I stepping out of the car?
Is there anything I can do to get you? to comply.
Look, Mom, he just said take the ticket and we can leave. He said take the ticket and we can
No,
leave.
I did not. You did that.
He said
You
take
threw
the
the
ticket
ticket
and
at
we
I
me.
gave it to you, so
You
you
threw
could
the
leave,
ticket at
and then
me.
you grabbed it
Okay,
and threw it out.
give me the
It's on
ticket.
your phone video.
Give me the ticket.
No,
Give me the
we're
ticket.
past that.
Okay.
You're under arrest. Step
For
out of
what?
the car, literally.
Okay.
Step out of the car.
No, I'm not.
You're under arrest.
No, when
Yes, ma'am.
when your colonel gets
No,
here,
we have
then
to be
I will
honest.
step out.
Step
I'm not
out.
getting out of the car. I'm with my child, and I'm not
I
doing that.
understand you're with
Call
your
your father
child.
right now.
Step out of the car.
I'm not.
Step
I'm
out
not.
of the
I'll
car.
step out when another officer gets here. I'm not
Step
stepping out.
out.
I don't trust you. You're holding me too strong, and I don't
Because
trust you.
I don't
You
trust
don't
you
have
to
to
not
hold
leave.
me like I'm not going anywhere. Where am I
I
going
will
to go?
stop holding
I'm not
you
going
if
to
you
go
step out of the
anywhere.
car.
I'm not stepping out of the car.
You need to
Call
step
your
out of the
colonel, and I
car.
will get out of the car.
This is
You're
resisting
holding me.
arrest.
I'm not resisting arrest. I'm
Because
not.
you're not
What am I
answering
under
my
arrest
order.
for? What am I under arrest for? I didn't live. You
You
did
threw the
that.
ticket
No,
out the
I did not.
window.
You did that. You did that. It's all on camera.
You're
So
correct.
when your colonel gets here, then I will step out. I have my child with me.
I am
I'm
the
not getting
corporal.
out of the. You have a supervisor, okay?
I am the
So when your
supervisor on duty.
supervisor gets here,
He
then
is
I
not-
will
I
step
am
out of
the
the car.
highest ranking
Call
supervisor.
someone else
I
to
don't have
come
anyone
here.
else.
There is someone else.
Not right now.
Yeah, there is someone
You
else.
need to
Let me
step
call
out of the car.
911.
Stop.
Get your
Wait,
phone.
wait, please, sir, stop. Stop, wait, stop, Mom, chill out, Mom, please, wait, stop, sir, please, stop. Wait, stop, please, stop. Wait, stop, sir, stop, please. Wait, please, stop. No, stop, please, I'm scared, stop. Wait, stop, please. Wait, please, stop, sir. Wait, stop, please. Wait, please.
I'm sorry to make us watch that, y'all, but I do believe we have to watch stuff like this, and we have to decode it and make sure that we understand, man. That young man in that car was terrified, man. And the mother in that moment, all parents fight at home, man. It could have been worse. I thought the officer used discretion. We know how these white officers be, Mike. I'll let you take off. I'll give my rest of my commentary, Mike.
Oh man. Hey, check this out, bro. We gotta understand that it's a thin line between not following a lawful order. You have to understand your rights, right? You have to understand when you're in the detained situation and when the situation becomes into the arrest situation. She had crossed the threshold of the arrest situation. She was not following lawful orders and had to be arrested, bro. Like, she took it, like, as much as we love our sisters and as much as we love people like fighting for what's right, I feel like at a certain point, bro, she died on the hill. She did. And she made the situation worse for herself because he did ask her a million times, bro, to step out of the car. And at some point, after you not listening so many times, bro, like, he had to do his job. I hate that her child had to see that, but at some point, bro, you gotta really listen to them guys. And I am somebody I'm a brother Malcolm to the day I die. But bro, even one with the, like, you gotta understand when you gotta listen to a lawful command, for sure.
Well, I think the one thing that's very glaring to me, Mike, I'm not for you expressing your right. I'm not saying she's wrong for doing that, y'all. But when you have your children there, ladies and gentlemen, this is for all my ladies, all my parents out there. When you have your children with you, you have to move with a level of understanding to watch them. Because what if they gave her discretion because she was a lady, ladies and gentlemen. If she was a brother, it would have been night-night. There would have been no conversation. The increased hostility would have been there. The increase of vengeance, feeling, and strength would have been much stronger. She got a lot more discretion as she deserved because of that. But what we have to learn moving forward is that we got to learn how to move too closely. As they said, Mike, blame the California Mike from us. They like to respond to Mike. I agree. No, he wasn't no Mexican, Mike. What they talking about? He's Spanish. But if you take the ticket and went home, it could have ended a lot of things. And you know what was so scary to me personally as a father, Mike as a father, is that you don't know when your life could be over in that moment. You know what I'm saying, Mike? And we don't know how serious it could have been. We don't know if the officer would have escalated it. We don't know how people are having a bad day, y'all. And you have to move accordingly to that. Because the most important thing, Mike, is to make it home. I'm not saying you can't fight on your shield. I'm saying someone has lost a brother recently and family. Sometimes standing on business can cost you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't come back from it. So as somebody that took a loss, RIP to Trey, who was a soldier stepper, you don't understand what standing on your shield sometimes could do to you long term. And again, you got that young man in the car. He was traumatized, Mike. Mike, what if he would have jumped out and tried to defend his mom?
Smoked him.
On site, Mike. On site, Mike.
Angry black man threat.
Mike, on site. And I believe as a parent, you got to safeguard and watch all those type of things. And when you watch those type of things, Mike, you got to know how it's going to move, how it's going to flare up, how it's going to have an external, internal issue with us for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? So that last topic, Mike, it was emotional for me to watch, but I definitely believe it was a teaching moment to us, man, and we got to watch it. In other news, Mike, as in the political agenda, one of our favorite creators, shout out to the Oath. I like her take sometime. Mike, she speaks on the changes to birthright citizenship. Let's take a listen.
So there's been some changes to birthright citizenship. If you haven't already heard, the conversation got all the way up to the Supreme Court as to basically take a look at what birthright citizenship is actually supposed to mean based off of the 14th Amendment. And what they ruled was that the 14th Amendment was really for the freed slaves. It wasn't for any and everybody to be able to come over here, whether legally or illegally, just to birth a child and make that child into a citizen. So now, instead of your child automatically being a citizen, if you came here illegally, if you didn't have any citizenship, but you decide to come over here, have your baby, and think that they're going to be a citizen, that ain't happening no more. As far as I know, I think that it's passed, and I think this coming summer, I believe, is when it'll officially take into effect. So if you don't have a baby before that time, anything after that, and you are not legal, or you are not a fully legal citizen or have some type of, I forget what the other stipulation was, then your child is not an American citizen. So no more coming over here, dropping a couple babies and making them into citizens. That's not going to happen anymore. And honestly, I agree with it. I think that that's the right way to go. The 14th Amendment was for the free slaves. It wasn't just for any and everybody to be able to come over here, drop some babies and make them into citizens. That's just not what it was for. And I'm glad that this has been clarified, to be honest with you.
And Mike, where do we stand, family? Mike, I'm going to let it start with you. The 14th Amendment has been a hot topic, Mike. Do you believe, Mike, the Supreme Court and the 14th Amendment changes are red?
I'm half and half, brother. And I'm going to tell you why, right? One part of me is like this. You can't go to another country and like set up camp any type of way. Like, believe you me, it is rules, regulations, and more strenuous than what the U.S. has. Like, you can't just, they might damn near kill you. You come up in their country, and it's not somewhere that we have, you know what I'm saying, like relationships with, right? You can't. It's like not possible. The U.S. has like has stricken up a little bit, but like it's easier in this country to just exist. We got people you don't even think that is like an immigrant, and they here, and they probably from a Slavic nation or a nation from North or some type of Ukraine. There's a lot of people that you hearing about it on the news, but I don't think you really understand what really be going on, right? Like you hear, oh, 115,000 Ukrainian refugees got displaced due to war. Next thing you know, they end up somewhere in East Bumblefuck, Connecticut, and you don't even know anything about it on the military base chilling. And then they just, after a few months, let them people go, and they be in your hood, like nowhere to go. This is a real reality. It really happens for real, but like, it's crazy to me, bro. Like, sometimes we just be worried about the wrong things.
I think for me, Mike, I'm on the stance of we don't have enough black people investment first. I'm not saying we have, it's not a gray area, right? I get what you're saying, Mike, escaping war, different things like that. But right now, Mike, and I'm gonna keep going to our era, Mike. Me and Mike around this, Mike a little bit my OG, but Mike my dog. Where has the black boy investment been at? The black girl, Mike, the black family. And so all the investment we give to everybody else, I think, Mike, for the next 20 years, 30 years, can we hold that and invest it internally? You feel what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it, is that Birthright citizenship was made for slaves. Let's keep it funky, Mike. Formerly enslaved, if you do not know the court case, Mike, Dred Scott versus the state of the Supreme Court getting his freedom as a freed man, being determined as slave, had to earn his right. Why do people that had to earn their rights get the same luxury as people that just come over here? I disagree with that. I think it should be more stricter, Mike. I'm not saying there should be a path to citizenship, right? You know what I'm saying, Mike? There should be a path. But we do not invest in our citizens enough. That's the problem we have. We have spent so much time trying to uplift others instead of focusing on who are here right now. Take all this money we do towards everything else, y'all, and I want to focus on us for the next 50 years to make our generations better, to make our homes better, to make our tradesmen better, to make our infrastructure better, to make our roads better. That's what I personally want. I'm not saying that we cannot do it later down the road, but right now, can we pivot? Can we focus internally? And can we focus on our babies? They need the investment. Me and Mike. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this, Terrell. I get that we need to focus the money on us, right? But where has the money been this whole time, bro? What we doing with the money? Where the money at? Like, bro, the roads ain't getting no better. The schools ain't getting no better. The kids ain't getting no better. The water that we drink ain't getting no better. And the taxes and the things that we purchase are going up. So where is the money that we put back into the infrastructure going? Because I'm getting fucked, bro. Excuse my language. I'm getting fucked. But I'm putting money into the infrastructure, thinking that the machine is supposed to work the way that it should, the way that they told us. But we're putting money into the infrastructure and we're putting more money, more money, more money. Where's the money that we like, bro? Nothing is fixed.
I agree. I honestly think, Mike, we have two major issues in our lifetime. Number one, we got to understand a lot of the corporations do not have our back. Corporations' job are to make profit, which is cool. But now our social programs have to recreate ourselves to align with it. Like you said, Mike, we need more focus on our children, our families, our neighborhoods. I saw something crazy, Mike, this week, y'all. Shout out to the chat, too. Saw something crazy. Y'all think about this. What is the purpose, Mike, of in private equity being involved in single-family homes? Mike, think about this. What does private equity solve? No. What do they fix? Their only purpose is to enrich themselves. How can they single-handedly invest in a necessity if their only job is to enrich themselves? Think about that for a second, Mike. Your job is to make yourself more rich, which is cool. But why are you involved in a family necessity? Childcare, homes. That is when we need to have more intervention to say, hey, I don't mind you eating off the private sector, but you can't mess with people's houses, man.
Man, that's predatory as hell.
You feel what I'm saying, Mike? You can't mess with people's cars, man. You can't mess with daycare to make it so outrageous that people can't even afford to have babies, man.
Man,
peace to you too, fam. You feel what I'm saying, Mike? That's the problem we got. It didn't escalate. They talking about them, get them out of here. They shouldn't talk about revelation. $1 billion of money going out. Nobody contributes. Sound like Mike. I was raised by your grandma. Shout out to your grandma, man. I don't know if we went too far. They get into our government and vote against us, Mike. Ooh, they get into our land and taking it back. That's facts, man. That's a good point. We have had that. We will also suspension went too far. Oh, Lord, no more anger baby's sake. They going in, man. We need to buy from our own people first. I agree. Everything you name is going to foreigners, sir. Our tax money has been spent on immigrants billions of years. I'm from Chicago. Overnight, they have foreigners in our neighborhood. That's a true point. We're not disagreeing. The 14th Amendment was enforced nearly 100 years ago, and the misinterpretation has been intentionally fed by the government to negatively impact its Black citizens. They are taking funds from us and giving it to immigrants raised on that. That's a good point, too. American Black citizens have had so many constitutional pains and war to civilization they need reinforcement, and immigrants have shown us that they're getting money. Our boy back, man. Talk to us, family. Black Space Warrior, can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear you. It was still on mute. My bad. Yo, man, I agree with it totally. Yes, sir. Because like my man was saying, where else can you go and do that? There's other countries, they got stricter immigration laws than we do. I mean, you jump this border, they'll send you back. You jump a border, you might do 20, 50 years. and somebody throw your ass in a gulag or something. You know, so yeah. And then on top of that, with that birthright citizenship, I think the other side of that is going to be, you know, you hear all these stories. Oh, my dad came here with $1.50, and now we got all this, knowing damn well they got assistance from the government. Knowing damn well,
bro. But
I think what's going to happen is that
they get it immediately.
Immediately. I think that's going to go to us now. It might not be full reparations, but it'll be a good start. You know, I think that's what's going to happen. They already passed the bill, came March 1st, that green card holders can't get SBA loans anymore. I don't know if y'all knew about that or not. Yeah, did y'all hear about that?
Yes, I did hear about that. I did.
Yeah. So things are going in the way they need to go, man. I don't know why it's still a lot of black people that's anti-Trump, but man, Trump, he ain't bothering us. Matter of fact, I'd say he's moving it forward a bit, you know, because if we would have taken that to the Democrats, just imagine if Kamala would have won, we would already be on the road to extinction right now. The way this joint was getting flooded and the way they were cutting, like, I lost an apartment back then when Biden was in office. And, you know, they had all this help going on. I couldn't get any of that money. But I know who did, because I kept seeing them move into the complex that I ended up having to move out of.
Wow.
So I'm 100% on board with it. And I'm going to just say, I know people going to disagree with it, but go Trump. Yes, sir. He had got my vote, and I'm happy with my vote because, like I said, he ain't bothering us. You know, they coming to get y'all next. Y'all go ahead.
The one thing I tell people, brother, is that I'm for the intellectual discourse. You're supposed to have your own opinion. I don't want us to ever be a monolith. If that's my brother, he say rock with it. Just tell me why. You feel what I'm saying? That's cool. We can have a difference of opinions as long as we talk, love it, as long as we understand black first. That's all I care about.
Yeah, we black first. Black first all day. But black first, man. Shit, we benefiting. We're moving forward a bit. We don't have the goal in our hands just yet. But if that goes down the way I think it's going to go down, like all those benefits and stuff that they get as soon as they put foot on this land, and if it start coming back to us, can you imagine what we going to be doing with that? I know what I'm going to do, because I'm trying to go into crypto mining right now. So hell yeah.
Check this out.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, check this out. This is what we really need to be doing. We really need to be paying attention to the banking institutions, and paying attention to the countries that's trying to push out the dollar, right? We're about to witness something that we never witnessed before, which is going to be a financial collapse, right? A full financial collapse. So start buying silver, start buying gold backs, right? What a gold back is the thin sheet of gold, right? But ounces cost $4,000. You can get to $4,000 if you buy gold backs because they're thinner in weight. Lesson, Jim, do that. Okay, check this out, right? We're about to witness something real crazy. So please, it's a company that makes a straw that will allow you to have 18,000 bottles of water out of the dirtiest water that you can think of. I need to figure it out. We can put this on the video later, but it's something that you need to provide yourself with. It's the basic of all basic materials that we need to survive. I'm not on no crazy bullshit. Please listen. We all need this, right? If we just get this one thing, I don't care if you don't have a bug out bag. I don't care if you have to figure it out. But water is essential to the soul. We can go without eating for a very much longer time than we can drink. So get that straw. But check this out. Let's keep this show going. Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
All right, brother. Good to see you, Space.
Can I comment on that?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. We ain't gonna let you stop.
Oh, because I don't want to cut nobody off, you know. But
What's
yeah,
up?
man, stock up on your crypto too. Get you that XRP and that Stellar and that hash graph, yes, sir. Because those are going to be woven into the economy. What you're seeing right now with these fluctuation of Bitcoin prices is that, you know, these institutions that were first against cryptocurrency are trying to hog it all now. I saw an article that BlackRock owns 60% of Bitcoin right now. Yeah, so what you're seeing in these price dips is that they force the market down by doing these huge sell-offs, then they buy it all back before you can. You know, so you know if you know, I'm a sci-fi head, always have been, and one thing about science fiction, it don't stay fiction. You know, think about like how you watch the movie, like what was that, Eraser with Vanessa Williams, Railgun. We got those now. Particle beams. Ben had those. X-ray. They were knocking out planes with X-rays back in World War II. Next thing you're gonna see come out is powered armor and mechs. That's what's coming next. So fiction, and the reason I'm making this correlation is because when you watch a movie, you always have this scene was like hey, you bastard, owe me 50 credits. Oh, my bad. Beep. Hit the button and they pay the guy. Like on the old school Battlestar Galactica, it was called Qubits. There's actually a crypto called Qubit right now. And there's actually a crypto called credits. So it don't stay fiction for long. Don't stay fiction for long. Yeah. Right. So learn how to mine crypto. Also, a lot of crypto. I don't know about a lot of crypto wallets, but I know for sure Uphold and Coinbase, you can buy precious metals with that. And you can buy it in increments. You don't have to buy the whole bar. You can buy it in increments. And it'll be a thing like even if you don't have the physical gold, you can do a transaction off your gold that you bought. Say like you bought like $1,000 worth of gold and you going somewhere to buy groceries. You know, scan your QR code and you can select what your payment is, and that payment could also be in precious metals. Be gold, platinum, silver, palladium, copper, all that shit. So y'all stay tuned on that future shit. Stay tuned, man. Y'all pay attention to this stuff.
Thank you, Space Star, man. We love you, man. Appreciate you. Be one, all right?
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks. I'm just driving home, so.
All right, now. See you later. All right, our brother, man. Good game. Good game, Mike. Next up, y'all. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it moving. If anybody wants to chop it up, man, thanks to the family for chopping it in, man. We're going to go ahead, bring our brother down. I got another video for us, y'all. This one, Mike, is a different take, y'all. This has been a crazy take. You know, people won't leave this damn Kendrick and Drake beef alone. The Democrats have been shunning us, finger in our face. Yes, we have been paying for electrical bill. They're paying us. They only did cheap labor. We only create a buffer class. We just got to go ahead and listen, y'all. You are entitled to your opinion. Mike, a PR firm working in hip-hop beef?
It's time for us to go down a rabbit hole. Charlemagne the God was right in predicting this months ago. Take a listen.
Well, there's a PR firm that reps two people in particular, and it's interesting to watch these two people put things out there in the ecosystem to control the narratives about things.
Oh, Blake. Oh, there you go. Blake
Okay.
Lively.
Oh, you on it? You on it now?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You on it now? Yeah. Right. This is a spreadsheet. What's that number?
2,026,000.
That's all the sites they feed stories to. By the way, this is only one spreadsheet. Look at this one.
Yeah.
I would love
And by the way, look, and it's not just the sites. Look, hold on, look what's on. Look at the stuff that's on here. Look at all of the websites, all of the fan pages, all of the blog sites. I'm not going to jump out the window and accuse y'all of anything. I'm just going to simply say we know who's getting paid to push things.
I remember when that came out, I made a video about it, right? And yesterday,
Mike, your thoughts on hearing that there's actually PR involved in hip-hop beefs now? You know, the one thing I want to say that was brought to my attention, y'all, shout out to the family, share it live. Remember how hard academics was going at Kendrick? Remember all of those hip-hop sites that were trying to say Drake was winning the war? I want to know, y'all, family, do you believe it was organic or payola? Mike, take off.
Man, I think it's payola, but I think what y'all have to realize, right? What we are in is it's a circus, bro. It's entertainment. So the things that are happening is scripted, is things that they've already decided will happen for us. And we gotta understand that. It's like, look over here while they do some crazy shit over there, right? But like to get a PR company, come on, man. Hip hop is organic. Me as a music head, bro, the artistry, the creativeness, the pizzazz to spar with words is all we need. We have to pay a third party. It's outrageous. When did we get to this point?
I think we got to this point, Mike, when we wanted to make things integrated. Mike, when you really think about it, Mike, and this is just me, y'all. I went out this weekend. I reside in Houston, the spring break, Mike. The music prior to 2015, Mike, just hit different. None of that money roll, cars and clothes. That's how my nigga. Mike, when you heard those songs, you felt it. Mike, no shade to the new artists. Whenever you heard a song recently, Mike is my music hip hop head, and you felt it, Mike.
Man.
Truly.
I'm gonna be real, bro. It's been a while.
Like the youngins, young boy makes the music that you feel, but when you hear, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give him credit, but I think a lot of it's so much just shoot like you said. And Mike does behind the scenes, y'all. Y'all don't know Mike. Mike a real life engineer out here, so Mike is on the ground floor. So when did you see that change happen, dog?
Bro, it's hard to tell. I remember when I was working in the studio, it started happening like sporadically. And then, because it's like, I think it happened when people start rapping off beat. And you remember it'd be a little bit of people known for rapping off beat, but then everybody started rapping off beat. And I think you have to include the Migos changed the era when they did the triplet rap, which then now we have this rap where people just don't give a fuck about syntax of the music at all. It's frightening, bro. I think that's what it happened. If we have to pivot, like put a pinpoint in it like origin, right there for sure.
And Migos is a phenomenal point, Mike. They did do, but I feel like theirs was still, they had the aura though, Mike. Because let me say it, Migos had a story still, Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they
right after that, what do we have? Nothing.
Oh yeah. There's been a few. There has been the young boys. There have been the little babies, but the masses, no. There has been a lot of, but the big art, the ones that are extremely big, yes. But like you said, it has not been no me, because the Migos had an energy, Mike. Remember, they came out of Atlanta. That Versace hit, it was everywhere. And they had the song, Mike. They had the records. They had the style. They had a different look to them. But now, like you said,
and they had the Drake cosign, nigga. You can't. Hey, the one thing I will give Drake credit to is the Drake cosign made so many people so hot. Like, it was a point in music history that if Drake touched it, your shit was fire. And it went.
Do you think we are past that now, Mike?
100%. Gone.
And the reason why I bring that up, y'all, there has been a rumor out that the album that's supposed to be dropping is the same time as Future. Let's take a listen.
It is a hot topic.
I don't care. I don't care if Drake and Future are friends. I know that's a hot topic going around.
It is a hot topic.
I don't care.
It's odd.
I don't know who started it. Ebro, Charlemagne. I don't know who academics said it's false. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
I don't care.
There's no single coming, because I heard they're going to be able to track together on Iceman.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care.
To make slaps together, I'd like to hear it.
If the record is
exists.
great,
What I'm saying
they're friends, but I want them to make a song. They make a slap.
No, I care about the slap. I'm saying is I don't care of knowing, hey, they're friends or they're not friends or they're work. Give me the album. If
and let's see.
on the
If
album,
they're on there, we'll know it.
And then I'm gonna know. And if he's not, bet it's not gonna change whether I'm gonna listen to the album or not. I just want the album. If I don't need all this, it's coming. He's working on this. He's doing that. I don't care. When he's ready to drop the album, that's when I want to see some Drake news.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I agree with you. And with each passing month, I think he's going to continue to stall niggas. I don't think that should come in no time soon.
I agree. I
Y'all
don't think
keep
it's
getting
ready.
fooled with these old leaks.
I thought, and now I'm on the other side of it. I don't think that shit is coming into the maybe into the
You got to update his cold disc. That's my question for y'all, and then I'm off of this.
Okay.
Does Cole get a shot or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 from Iceman?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think
light
so.
skin on light skin beef. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Feels like deja vu from when I was asking y'all about a Drake and Kendrick beef, and y'all told me there was no way in the world, and then we had to wait a few years. Those clips are still out there.
Mike, is it true that when Drake drops his album, he has to come out hot? Is he going to take a shot at Cole? We know Kendrick is done. Does he have to do that, Mike? Do you believe it's in the awesome?
Bro, I believe it just better be hot. Don't take a shot at nobody. Just do your own thing. That's the best advice anybody could give Drake. Like, bro, Cause it only think about it, niggas. It's just now getting like it's still there. It's in the distance, right? It didn't the fucking clowning his ass every day, then fade it down to we play the song every now and then. It's fading out now. The wave is dying. But boy, don't remind us. You feel me? And you better come hard, bro. I wasn't this cold at all because that shit gonna be whack. Like, come on, all now. It's gonna be okay, but you ain't say nothing to Kendrick. Now you swinging on Cole. What Cole? You feel me? It'd be like, but you ain't say nothing. You ain't Kendrick still riding the fucking wave. He riding the wave hard off your downfall.
Well, I gotta ask
And
you a question, Mike. It wouldn't
what's
be a
up?
Drake sound if he don't do the little diss emotional. That's what Drake known for.
He
That's what
have
like
to. I mean, but bro, I don't want to see that, bro.
I
We
got
over it. Cause to me, real people that love real music is gonna be like, bro, that shit whack. Give it up.
So he
It's
can't
done.
ain't no step back. He can't do any side. This is no sneak. This is Mike.
Nah, you gotta come with like no skips, fire album.
Does he still have
Got
that in
to.
him? Like, is the hunger still there?
Bro, it better be. Cause how you gonna keep unless you are invested up, bro, you gotta think about the times that we about to go into, right? Your financial structure needs to be heavy and sound because, bro, like you can't rap forever. I mean, you could be a Pharrell or a Will Smith, but they have other ventures. They have branded off into different things, and they have very diverse money, right? But rapping, I don't think Drake is going to go back to being Jimmy. Go back to being Jimmy, bro. That'd be cool. We already know you can act, and that would be the closest path for development.
I think he's too old, Mike, and this is a hot take, y'all. I think Drake is too much older now. The younger generation, remember, the generation outside is no longer millennials, y'all. Let me update your file. It's officially Gen Zs and Gen Alphas. I was called several times this weekend. I thought it was disrespectful and respectful at the same time. Like, I was called several times this weekend, family. But the one thing I learned is that they don't view Drake like we view Drake, Mike. Drake is old to them. It's YP, it's Rod Wave, it's Kodak, it's they artists, it's Don Toliver, it's the other guy they was playing, it's who else? What's the Playboy Cardi? They are on a whole different wave. So I don't know if Drake could be the king. And I hate to say it, Mike, he doesn't have that classic of a Ye. Kanye can keep coming back out because his music is nostalgia and it's still hit. Drake has the trendy songs, but can he come back out? Will that album hit as much? I don't know, Mike. Can he do it? Is it in him?
I don't know, bro. You took such a big hit. So they said, what is it? Like, heavy is the head that wears the crown. He had the crown for a very long time. And the only thing that could happen is the demise. Like, you can't. It's like the dopest drug dealer in the land, right? Either you go into jail, or you're dying. You can't. It's no way you can go out on top. It's just you have to diversify the brand. That's the name of the game, bro.
I agree, Mike. And I got a video, y'all. It's gonna be hard to watch, but it is a video, Michael. When people talk about America, Mike, and you see where the hell they come from, I'm sorry, y'all. This is gonna be a disrespectful video, but we're gonna show it because that's how we're gonna start from the beginning, Mike. No sound, y'all, but this is a lot of the countries that people come from when they disrespect American citizens, Mike. And a video is worth 1,000. We're not punching down, y'all. We are just highlighting what a lot, Mike. The white folks ride around in peace, Mike, but I want you to just look around. Beautiful people, by the way. But you got the white lady on the back of the motorcycle living good. When we have a lot of the conversations about the immigration in this country, Mike, what people actually need to talk about is, again, we can help people, Mike, but to what detriment do you help? I've learned one thing through life, y'all. People resent you if you help them too much, Mike.
Because they feel like that you owe them something.
Mike,
no matter how good your heart is, no matter how much your intentions are. They have the idea that you owe them something. They owe you something if you reached out and helped them. And you could be coming from the graciousness of your heart.
So is it true that you could really help somebody out long term, Mike? Or do you actually have to have an end date to it? As you said, Mike, you can.
You can help somebody long term, but you have to transform the way that you help them, right? You can have a friend that has a financial situation going on and you can help them. But once the help is turning into something else and the financial situation is still going on, then you have to divert your help to teaching them, because that's part of friendship as well. You have to understand and develop a plan to understand the problem, right? And then execute on the problem that your friend has. Like, what if you have a friend that is using all their money to try to pay their bills instead of splitting the bills, right? That may work for some people where you split it into 2 different pay periods and you pay it at that, you alleviate some funds. But like, you have to know these things, right? Diversion is the name of the game and key.
Mike, as my last episode for my dog, Mike, we got a pastor asking for tax returns now, Mike. What the hell?
Go ahead, bro.
Mike, you better answer.
I am asking that all church members bring a copy of your tax return so that I can review them. I'm going to put a stop to some of y'all playing in my face during tithes and offerings on Sunday morning.
Mike, did they say amen?
Man, okay.
Mike.
First of all, let me go off real quick. Let me cook, bro. We have to break down the etymology of amen. Amen is a term of agreement. Amen actually derives from Amun, right? Amun, the Egyptian god. So, bro, in Christianity, we have borrowed some Nubian heritage of Amun, and we actually saying we in agreement to Amun Ra, bro. Did you know that?
I did not. Oh, they responded to you, Mike. Hold on, I just saw something, Mike. People got it. Mike, I don't understand why they hate Drake's music. We don't hate Drake's music.
We don't.
Y'all insane to talk about down about Drake. We're not talking down. We just addressing the situation. It's because Drake is a culture vulture, mate. Stans ruin music. Stans think too fine. I'm team no one. Don't do it the future. Drake is the culture. He is not. Y'all gotta stop. Isn't Drake half FBA? Y'all break disrespecting Busta Eminem, and they're not FBA. We're not disrespecting Drake, and we like Drake. We not.
Hey, bro, I'm a Drake, and believe it or not, I'm a Drake fan.
Want to have a Republican Senate going over there to Poly? I've never heard of a half FBA. I thought it was purpose, Mike. Keep going what you were saying, though, Mike, about the church side. Go ahead, fam. They just trolling you.
Bro, I lost my thought. Where was
With
that?
a pastor asking for them, he asking for tax return, Mike. What the hell?
Bro, but people got to understand too. Tithes and offerings might not be. It's also other categories, bro. It could be time and talent. It doesn't have to be financial or monetary. Yes, the Bible says that we're supposed to bring 10%. But bro, if you're looking at my tax returns to make sure that I'm giving my financial 10%, bro, it might be what 10% is for me at that time, Pastor. You don't know what I'm going through, Pastor. You ain't in my house, Pastor. You ain't paying my bills, Pastor, but you want to see my tax
I always
return?
ask, Mike, is that 10% pre-tax or after tax? Which one we talking about?
Hey, bro, it might be what the 10% might be what you feel is 10%, bro, at that time. Because everybody got situations going on, everybody got needs. But to look at my tax returns in the church, bro, you ain't helped me make none of that money. So you must gonna be about to give me some blessings.
Mike, tell the people where they can find you at, fam. I know my dog about to be gone.
Hey, bro. Hey, they don't even know it, bro. I'm about to be with you on that couch next week, dog.
Next Sunday. Baby shower, everything, y'all. We gonna definitely tap into it. Mike, where can they find you at? Install your shelves. What's out there, fam?
Hey, Mikey McCall, bro. Come find me on Where's McCall at on the ground, bro. Hey, just holler at me. Come shout me out. Hey, I love y'all. I really do appreciate y'all coming to the chat, bro, and answering and coming on live. We can't do this without y'all. I'm more thankful for the crowd. It's crazy to see that people listening to us banter back and forth. It's a humbling experience. I'm down. Let's be for the ride.
See you, Mike. Peace. So my dog gone, man. So we gonna go ahead and get back into it. I got my dog Mike, man. Follow him. I got one more clip, 2 more clips for my people, man. Remember, on the podcast, y'all, there's more that we did not discuss and listen to. I want y'all to pay a little bit more attention before I keep cooking.
Yeah, something happened, auto accidents, and everything changed. My father had to change his career, his vocation.
What they say in the chat, FBA is a lineage. How can it be a culture vulture when he is his lineage? You got to understand, Drake is half FBA, but Drake does not represent the culture, because the one thing hip hop is, Crystal, the future empress. Remember, you have to speak on conscience-based issue. That's what Pusha T and everybody else had an issue with Drake that was concerning. The fact that he had to ask to help them in the first place is jealous and envy. I didn't say they were disrespectful to Drake. I find it funny they're not a Drake fan. I don't dislike Drake. I understand why the notion and why people question him. FBA, stand up. Shout out to you. Tithes is 10% of your time in your community, not giving money to a church that does not need to get God. You on fire today, Crystal Empress. I love what you're saying. I listened to Pitch Black today. Church are supposed to help and serve the community, not each other the other way around. That's offended fact. That is offended fact. Let's get it back in it.
And then he ended up in Nebraska. That's how I was born there. Sister born in Nigeria, and then but it's a survival.
It's a survival, and it's an education thing.
Usually an academic thing.
I think so, because my parents met in Iowa. My sister was born in Iowa. My sister was the oldest, so it's like
Black Americans don't go to Iowa.
What we doing in the Midwest? It was, these Africans like sort of independently going to these places. I just think that the governments down there, after they got liberated from their European oppressors, they just said, go and get an education. We're going to just throw a dot at the United States. Iowa, that's a short, it's easy, it's cheap. Go over there.
It sounds Africa.
It sounds like Iowa. Go there. Get your education.
Yeah. But I want y'all to pay attention to something, y'all. Black Americans understand what a sundown town is. Many people that do not come from our lineage or understand American history honestly do not know. They don't have an idea about the American slave trade. They don't understand about sundown towns. They don't understand about the curiosity of how that stuff affected us until this day. They don't understand the transparency laws. They don't understand how troubling, how much the issues could be. They don't even understand our legacy about it. What they see is, I see a town that's cheap, let's go there. That's why a lot of them face entertain discipline when they're facing with other Black children. So when we have these conversations about where do these Black immigrants face and think about things, this is the issue that we're talking about in real time. So this is a deep conversation that they're kind of laughing off. They don't understand.
How do you even do that for like a Nebraska or for like South Dakota or something?
Nebraska. Go there.
Yeah. Starts with an N, like Nigeria. Yes.
Yes. So they ended up somehow meeting in Iowa, but I was born in Brooklyn, New York.
All right.
So we then moved to Denver, Colorado. So we moved to Denver, and everybody else in Denver, Colorado is either white or Black. And I mean that very specifically. They're just either white folks or they're African American. There's just there's no Puerto Rican or Mexican. Not like Puerto Rican, not like
that's very Midwest. Those
Midwest
places, it's like, I call it like, because New York is
the most of America is that way, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of immigrants from this country really don't understand the politics of how America went down. Most of our coastal cities, the New York, the New Jersey, the Philadelphia, the Florida, Miami, Florida, the Los Angeles, California, that is where you see a lot of the immigration influx. The Midwest, the South, and most of America is how America is. That's why U.S. history is strictly Black and white, because the issues in those countries and how the divide is, that is truly the heartbeat of how America feels. You have the coastal side, which is different. I am from the small town of America, right? And I understand how the politics, how the philosophy, and how the real America feels. A lot of the times when you have immigrants, non-FBAs come to those communities, they don't even understand the seriousness of it, the danger of it, the point of having your children in those environments, and they don't understand politics.
Like 64 colors of Crayola.
Exactly.
Ours is like the 8-pack. Remember, you had red, the basic colors.
That's it.
That's the 8-pack.
Just the basics. So there was 4 families there that we were the only Caribbean people. So we would be literally the only Caribbean people, except for when my cousins would come every summer. We were like a little gang. And so we'd have all the little Guyanese.
I want y'all to pay attention. Caribbean people did never say they immersed themselves with the Black Americans in Denver. You paying attention to that, y'all? I want y'all to always pay attention to that type of stuff. There's always been a clear gap of, those are my people, I'm with y'all, we're not with the Black side of town. When these conversations come about, I believe a lot of our ears are not trained to hear that. We are not trained to hear how they already have had that mindset of, I am different since they were children. Joy Reid probably her 50, 60 years old. So coming to these areas, going around these communities, you are making it very clear that the immigrant enclave was your priority. Again, non-FBA said that we were lying about how delineation movement started, but the FBA will pull up receipts and show outcomes.
Cousins in the summer, but other than that, it was the Charungas, the Okekes, the Lomenas, and the Akias, the 4 Nigerian families, and of course we knew them all. Right. They were all very good academically.
You catching the undertones, y'all? Not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but I peeped that.
They had very good grades.
That's right.
And everything, and that's it. They were just 4. And so we grew up in this very strange context where I was born here. So the Guyanese family are like, you're American. So we grew up very African-American because my mom was like, I'm Guyanese.
Right.
You, on the other hand, are American, right? So we grew up like very African-American, but in this context where
how can you grow up very African-American when your mother made it clear that there was a starch line and y'all made it very clear who y'all choose to associate with? Y'all got to understand this, y'all FBA family. I want y'all to peep game when I say this. Peep it, watch it, observe it, and most importantly, listen.
We were foreign. Our food was different. We were eating, curry and roti. So I grew up eating Guyanese food. We grew up eating curry and roti, eating like pepper pot. Nobody knew what that was but us, And I just remember this experience when we switched, when my mom got a promotion. We were on the low sort of working class side of Montbello at first. And then my mom and that's where like the white people were, because it was a white flight town. It used to be white, black people moved in, the white people moved out. Right? But the white people who were more working class didn't leave. Right. So when we first moved in, there were more white people on that side. Then my mom got a promotion. We moved to the other side, which was very black. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, military veterans. That side is where like the black people, sort of the black elite lived. Right. And so we lived on that side. So when we moved, I had to change schools. So my first day at McGlone Elementary School in the 5th grade, everybody went around, introduced themselves, and they said, tell us your favorite food. My dumb ass said, curry and roti. Room went silent. Everybody looked at me like, what? We all said, fried chicken. We said steak. We spaghetti. What the hell is curry and roti? And I was like in the spotlight, and also was already a nerd with the big Coke bottle glasses. Not a great day for Joy and Lamana. So no.
Oh wow! Give us.
That is always an interesting plight to hear that. It was interesting because you didn't assimilate and you didn't mention the backgrounds of it. Crowder, why do you want to show that video? I want to show that video for context what today's live was about. Today's live on Sunday was about how the FBA movement of delineation and receipts had to be shown. It had to be shown to address the misnomers. Remember, delineation has always been around in this country, but it's been one way for a long time. Only in recent times, in recent history, have we actually addressed the delineation on the foundation side. We did the delineation on the foundation side really kicking to gear during the Obama presidency and Obama era. I'm emphasizing that time frame because I can show in my mind frame, y'all, coming from a freedom town of Black Americans, moving to a state or a city that had non-FBA professors, and they making it very clear how they felt and how they aligned with us. During that time frame, during the Obama era, I learned immediately what it was to be Black, who was the problem, and who was the issue. I heard multiple times, y'all don't want to learn. You are incapable of learning. You are not meant to learn or learn anything. First club in Des Moines, Iowa, some fire club next to Illinois. You are not African. We are not African, Joy. Big facts to you, Queen Colony. That's a fact. You are the majority of white nation. I'm sorry, group tends to group up and slowly. No, that's not the issue, brother. Invest in Africa. I have no idea what you're talking about. They only learn American culture when we go to school to play outside. Africans have high literacy rate. They aren't smart at all. If they were so smart in shambles and their motherland a beautiful opportunity, that's a fact too. But let's keep cooking. It was known to me quickly who was involved with the delineation movement, how they felt about Black Americans, and how much disrespect was given out on a nightly basis. It was then the delineation movement in my eyes was there, but it was no word for it. That's when I got to get introduced to the speaking of Dr. Claude Anderson and many others of his ilk to understand why the immigrant plight in this country that started to happen. Then we began to see problems happen during the Obama era. You remember the Obama era, right? That's when we started to see killings of children, harmfulness of our babies, other problems that never got addressed, and we had a president-in-chief who was not from the foundation. Right then and there, Black Americans in this country changed notes. Then you had online platforms, you have digital media, and you have other people begin to pop up to promote degeneracy. Fast forward to the year of COVID, we heard about it on Clubhouse. People are hearing about it on Clubhouse. We're hearing the disrespectful rhetoric. We're hearing, you niggas have no culture. I know black. We're hearing all of them tones and all of those words. And we changed notes. We looked to each other. And the millennial, along with the Gen X group of black people, said, you know what? Let's stop playing nice. The Black Power movement, the Black Power philosophy has always been there. But what has happened in mass exodus is the acknowledgement of the line. The line of you are not black. The line of we have already delineated. The line of we are not like you guys. The line of we are different. And the line has been acknowledged all across Black American society. And it's not meant to be evil. It's not meant to be disrespectful. It is simply meant to match energy. And I believe there's nothing wrong with that, y'all. We match energy, we listen, we move, and we think accordingly. The only thing that we can see with the next step moving forward for the foundation of this country is our non-FBA class have to understand you do not represent us. You cannot speak for us. You do not have a clutch in this battle to represent what the black people in this country want to be an issue and what we choose to focus on. So A, acknowledge your legacy and who you represent. B, do not be disingenuous when you are in our circles. C, go back and fix where you were supposed to be. Or D, get out the mother bleeping way. But from now on until eternity, the delineation movement, the love era, the new energy, the emphasis is on us. The emphasis is on our community. The emphasis on what our problems and what we should be is the only focal point. So stop saying, when is it going to be over? Stop saying, why does this progress keep going? I want you to acknowledge it. I want you to understand it. And I want you to move accordingly. My last bit of beat on my chest, I want to give a shout out to this week to the FBA family. Can you believe, family, they ranked your boy in the top 20 podcast? They said based off intellectual capacity, conversation, and other things we do. I want to say thank you to all y'all. This ain't about me, man. This is about y'all, what y'all created for me in the platform. I have been growing the legacy that I would be honored to be in this group. To me, I'm at the bottom. Everybody else on the list is way ahead of me. I'm just trying to get the things going and keep trying to get it going. But the streets voted for me. The streets love what I'm saying, and the streets love this energy that I'm coming from. So y'all deserve all the credit. Shout out to the FBA fam that support me in any type of way. A like is a support, a share is a support. I don't care, man. I appreciate it. Anytime you want to top in, connect with me, talk with me, I am always accessible and always free because I do love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I do. If you are FBA, you shouldn't be ashamed of why the word black is an FBA. Your disregarded opinion is your woeful. I have no idea what you're talking about, brother. You and that button, bro. You love that button, don't you? I love it. I don't know what the hell that means. She always speaking on behalf of black people in America. Her dad is Congolese. Her mom is Guyanese. Her experience is different from black people in this country. That's a fact, Miss Man. My mom is 81 years old, and she told me how these immigrants get down. So the fight was always on that part. Wow. See, I wasn't blessed like that. See, I kind of grew up, and I am 34 years old, so I kind of grew up in like an isolated town where I didn't get the experience that I only grew up around black Americans. So I didn't. So I really didn't get it. My mom said that immigrants was a punishment for the civil rights movement. Immigrants always exist before there was even a law. Okay. The shot sound effect. I do. It's my thing. Can't you tell I like it, Miss Mika? You don't like it? Am I doing it? If I'm doing it too much, I'll stop if you tell me to. I listen to my people. It's something to just get the people going. You feel me? It does. But yeah, again, y'all, thank y'all for tapping in with me, man. It is so good to see y'all as we do. Coming up this week, If you are in Houston, Texas, I will be having my mixer. You know, my Black Man's Group will be having a mixer April 11th. April 11th, we will be having a mixer. If you're a lady, a group, whatever, if you want to meet my dogs, my friends, I have plenty inside of the area. I would love for y'all to collab and meet us. Next up, my brother's event is officially, I got all the details and landmarks. If you in VA, specifically the Roanoke VA area, I will be celebrating the legacy of my baby bro who was murdered, Trayvon Crowder. I love you. I will be having a basketball tournament for him. That will be in August. This next week, I will be having a baby shower for another damn Crowder. Y'all believe I'm about to be multiple daddies? I'm about to have multiple kids. Jesus. So yeah, we expecting a little girl this time. Y'all got my boy. So now I have a girl, maybe 2 more. I'm gonna try to have 5 Crowder games, and that should be it, y'all. But another girl will be coming to get in. My baby girl should be here coming in. That she should be born this year. Shout out to the game. But baby shower for my baby girl will be next Saturday. If you want to come see your boy, let me know. Next up, man, make sure you comment, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you tap in with me and watch all videos. I hope you enjoy your weekend. I hope you text your mother and your father and your family. Check on your brothers, check on your siblings, check on your loved ones. Remember, if you don't love nobody, if you want the love and respect of other people, you got to give it first. If you want the love and admiration, you got to give it first. Everything. If you in Houston, Texas, oh yeah, shout out to you, love. Well, hey, you in Houston, I want you to save this date. You hear me? BB03, listen. April 3rd. No, man, let me pull up the date for you. Let me stop lying. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can pull it up on my camera. One second. Thank y'all, ladies, man. Let me show it, because she lady asked. Let me show her. Baby, I got my dogs. I got a Black man organization, y'all. We got over 650 members. I want my ladies. I always let my dogs collab with y'all. Game night, post detail. Okay, let me post the details. So it will be 4. Let me do it. 4/11/26. BMBC. Look it up. Follow me on Instagram. You'll be able to see it too. I'm gonna post it. But yeah, that weekend, love, 4/26, 4/11. I'm gonna have a game night with my dogs. Hey, let me see if I can show y'all. Y'all still tapping in with me. Y'all want me to show y'all some of my dogs? Let me pull it up right quick. I'll show y'all my Instagram. Give me a question. She asked me a great question. So yeah, she asked me a great question. I know I'm Domino. Yeah, we can do Domino. Yeah. Hey, whatever you want to do. Let me show y'all my dogs right quick. Let me show y'all. Hold up. So you know they I believe in showing credibility to my people. Hold up. So yeah, here go my dogs right here, y'all. Let me show y'all some of that. Let me see. Yeah, Dominoes too. Hold on. Share the screen. Here it go. So we do stuff all the time. Here go some of me and my dogs right here. We had our one outing. BMBC. Here go some of my fellas, y'all, right here, y'all. Some of the gentlemen we got. We go out. That's me. Let me see if I can show y'all another one. Here go another one. We had an outing. We were talking. Who is that nigga? Never heard of him. Hey, number 2 by Jeezy. I ain't heard no tip back to back, nigga. I ain't heard no tip back to back, nigga. Those him, my dogs, y'all see it? Yeah. We do stuff like that all the time, y'all. Here go. We had our last mixer. That was December. They always tell me, the location, it's at the bottom. You see it? Right there. The same, just hit the date. Hit me follow the Instagram, you'll be able to see it. But yeah, I'm gonna have a flyer. I'm gonna remix it and get it updated again. But here was our last mixer too, for real. Hey, look. See how I had our last mixer? We had about 70 people show up. A lot of my guys liked it. We played the games. We had a uniform. I got a lot of my dogs, y'all. So for real. Yeah. So I got you, B. So yeah, come see us. She had me talking for a minute, y'all. My bad. You got me distracted. What was I at? But yeah, come see us, y'all. I swear we always have a good vibe, a good energy. We get to check it out. Real people doing real things. Next up, too, y'all, like I said, we got the mixer, we got the inviter, we got the baby shower. We have many of my dogs. We are getting a section the Friday, but what is it? Trap karaoke. We're gonna be there too, y'all. But until next time, let me get up out of here. Comment, like, share, subscribe on the channel, on the live. I love you. Shout out to the game. Until next time. Peace.